So, excuse my,
She ran.
I ran.
A long way.
I ran all the way, just to see you.
I tell you.
As soon as I got the word, I was like, Tom Cruise in any one of his movies.
She like walked over from over there, but it's okay. It's okay.
I was actually just having a nap under one of those tables.
You'll be lucky if you don't have a nap during this interview.
It was traumatic, let me tell you.
Okay.
So how are you liking Perth this time around?
I have never been to Perth.
Oh, you haven't?
This is my first time, and I have not seen anything other than the hotel and the inside of this hall.
No.
So yeah.
Sorry about the weather. Normally when it's sunny, it's just beautiful.
Well, I do come from Vancouver, so this is an improvement. So
Oh, okay.
Let's be fair. Yeah.
I have a few friends in Vancouver, and every single photo, no matter what time of year, gloomy and snowy.
Yeah.
Or slushy.
Well, it's not. It's never snowing there. It never snows there. Let's be clear about that. It pisses rain. 361 days a year, but those other 4, they'll get you.
That's when everyone goes out and tries to get their vitamin D.
That's when it pulls you in. You think it's going to be like that forever, and then it pulls the rug out from under you.
Amazing. So anyway, Stargate SG-1.
Yes.
Must have been an amazing experience to be part of that.
It was okay.
It was all right?
Yeah, it was all right.
All right, let's end the interview then.
That's good. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
No, look, I enjoyed it. I've watched it. Don't think I'm a super geek or anything. I think from episode 1 to the final one, and then back around.
How could you be a super geek? I was on the damn thing for 10 years.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll pay that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, a fantastic show, and as you said in your panel earlier, infinite possibilities. So it's, you know, it's amazing that it isn't still alive these days, but I mean, it lives on in the fans, and I hear there's going to be a reboot of the movies, which will be interesting.
Yes.
So that's, you know, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's going to capture a new audience, or do you think it's going to anger the existing crowd?
I think, listen, I think the bottom line is if it's a good movie, it will do very well. And if it's not a good movie, it won't. And I know that sounds uber simplistic.
It's simple.
But I think that, you know, from my perspective, the TV shows in that franchise kept the name of the franchise alive. So whether or not these guys are capitalizing on that fan base or creating a whole new one will be up to the story they tell. I think if it's a good story, Stargate fans, science fiction fans, whether they like the series or not, and they see it as a different animal,
they'll give it a chance.
They're going to give it a chance if it's a good story, and if it's not, they won't. And that's it.
Yeah. So tell me about Saving Hope, your new show. What's Dr. Harris like?
What's Dr. Harris like? Well, in the first season, he's comatose. So he's kind of like this. No, he's.
You did that really well.
Thank you very much. I had a lot of practice, actually. No, he's sort of an atheist who ends up spending a lot more time in the spirit realm than he would like. And it kind of, once he actually gets back to being awake and around and alive, causes a lot of problems in his relationship and sometimes in his occupation. And but you know, I think the best way to put it for the character is that the funnest part to play about him is he kind of tries to keep it all at arm's length. So he's kind of like,
had his whole world shaken up, I suppose.
Yeah, and as opposed to, you know, letting it affect him, he tries to pretend it's not. So he's kind of, I always call it, he's kind of like Hawkeye Pierce from MASH. He's trying to keep it at bay with some ill-timed humor and some, you know, uber irreverence to the fact that he's dealing with ghosts and stuff all the time. So.
Yeah. Well, look, it's a great way to portray a character because it's such a human way of dealing with it.
Absolutely, and it's a great way to, you know, when the veneer does crack, then you can sort of see the real him underneath it. So it's a lot of fun.
I think it's something a lot of viewers will be able to relate to. Anyway, thanks so much for coming on the show today, Michael.
Thank you,
we'll let you get back to your busy schedule.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.